Welcome to the discussion. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of bromide and its potential health benefits, as highlighted in the article, The Many Health Benefits of Bromide, from Relaxation to Digestion. It's a topic that's gaining traction, but still shrouded in some mystery.
Indeed. Bromide has a long and somewhat complex history, moving from a widely used sedative to a less understood, yet potentially beneficial, supplement.
Exactly. Many people associate bromide with older sedatives, but the research suggests a more nuanced picture.
Precisely. The current understanding focuses on its potential role in relaxation, sleep, and even digestion.
So let's start with the basics. What exactly is bromide and how does it work in the body?
Bromide is a chemical element, a halogen found naturally in various compounds, including seawater and certain minerals. In medicine, we see potassium, sodium, and lithium bromide used primarily for their sedative and anticonvulsant properties. The mechanism involves increasing the activity of GABA, a neurotransmitter in the brain that promotes relaxation and reduces seizures.
So it's essentially working on the nervous system to calm things down.
Yes, that's a simplified way to put it. It's a bit more complex than that, but the core effect is a calming influence on the brain.
The article mentions a long history of bromide use. Can you elaborate on that?
Absolutely. Its use as a sedative and anticonvulsant dates back to the 19th century, initially with potassium bromide. It became incredibly popular in the early 20th century, even added to some beverages. However, its use declined in the mid-20th century with the advent of safer and more effective pharmaceuticals. Now, the focus is shifting towards its potential benefits as a dietary supplement.
Let's talk about those potential benefits. Beyond relaxation and sleep, what else is being explored?
Research suggests potential anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. This is leading to investigations into its role in conditions like osteoarthritis and other inflammatory diseases. There's also some evidence suggesting it might aid digestion by stimulating hydrochloric acid production in the stomach. However, it's crucial to remember that much of this research is still ongoing, and more studies are needed to confirm these benefits and determine safe and effective dosages.
The article also touches on bromide's potential role in anxiety reduction. What's the current understanding there?
Some studies suggest potential anti-anxiety effects, showing promise in reducing symptoms of generalized anxiety disorder, social anxiety, and even panic disorder. But again, more research is needed to validate these findings and establish appropriate dosages. It's vital to emphasize that bromide should not replace established treatments for anxiety. It should only be considered under the guidance of a healthcare professional.
Interestingly, the article mentions a connection between bromide and healthy skin. Can you explain that?
Research indicates that bromine, a related element, is essential for collagen IV scaffold assembly and tissue development. Insufficient bromide could potentially lead to skin sagging and an unhealthy appearance. This highlights the importance of obtaining sufficient bromide through diet or supplementation, but always under medical supervision.
How does bromide compare to other natural sedatives and sleep aids like melatonin, valerian root, or chamomile?
Each has its own mechanism of action. Melatonin regulates the sleep-wake cycle, valerian root and passion flower may increase GABA availability, and chamomile has anti-inflammatory properties. Bromide's mechanism, as we discussed, centers on GABA activity. The key takeaway is that all these options should be used cautiously and under professional guidance. It's not a simple matter of choosing one over the other. Individual responses vary greatly.
Are there foods naturally rich in bromide?
Yes, though the amounts are generally low. Seafood, particularly shellfish and seaweed like kelp, are good sources. Some grains also contain small amounts. However, it's uncertain whether the bromide content in these foods is sufficient to provide significant health benefits.
The article focuses on StamiLyte. Can you tell us about its bromide content and the implications?
StamiLyte contains approximately 0.7 milligrams of natural ionic bromide per 5 milliliter serving. The acceptable daily intake varies by body weight, but typical daily intake from diet alone is usually much higher. It's important to remember that even with supplementation, exceeding the recommended intake can be harmful.
Let's emphasize the importance of safety and appropriate dosage.
Absolutely. Bromide, while potentially beneficial, can be toxic in excessive amounts. It's crucial to consult a healthcare professional before using bromide supplements to determine the appropriate dosage and to monitor for any adverse effects. Self-medication is strongly discouraged.
So to summarize, bromide shows promise in several areas, but more research is needed. It's not a magic bullet, and responsible use under medical supervision is paramount.
Precisely. The potential benefits are intriguing, but caution and professional guidance are essential.
That was a great discussion. Thank you for sharing your expertise.